On this week's episode of the Superhero Show, we'll find out if Harry will pick up his dad's goblin mask on Spider-Man the Animated Series, if the Punisher will become Anna Watson's new best friend, and if Spider-Man will finally find Mary Jane. All that and more on an all-new episode of the Superhero Show. What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Superhero Show, a podcast where some friends gather around to talk about their favorite comic book-based TV shows. My name is Cassie. I will not forget that this week, you guys.
God, do you remember last week where you were like, I'm Rebecca? What?
Oh, God.
No,
I just always wanted to be...
2 weeks ago.
I wanted
2 weeks
to be
ago,
Rebecca.
Would you, if you were Rebecca? And Cassie, I will say again,
Yeah.
You're not.
Never be Rebecca.
But would you be Rebecca, Becky, Bex?
Bex.
You like Bex?
I like Bex.
B-E-X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Bex.
Bex
I
is
like
a good
Bex, too.
nickname for Rebecca.
Bex.
Yeah, it haunts me every day that I will never be Rebecca, but I am sadly Cassie, and I am the host.
But what we can do is, like, every time you say your name, go ahead, say it.
Cassie.
Bex.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's also a German beer, so maybe we can get some money from them.
Ooh,
Yeah,
love that.
if you say their name enough, they'll give you money.
What's your name, Cassie?
Cassie.
Bex.
Bex.
I'll just fully change my name. If we get even a free beer out of it, I will legally change my name.
Do you hate your name because it rhymes with assy?
Yeah, everyone just always like, Cassie was such an assy.
Oh, Cassie was such a great assy. Yeah, everyone's always saying like that.
And it's just such a burden, you know?
Listeners, she has a great butt, but
But
stop talking about it.
What?
these other voices you're hearing, first of all, there's Ryan.
Hello.
Bex. And we also have Mike.
Hello.
Mike, if you could change your name, what would you change it to?
St. Pauli's girl.
Oh my god.
I think I'm going to be Heineken because of my great Heine.
And
No.
I'm doing it because my great Polly.
Is great.
Is St. Pauli's Girl an actual beer, or is it just like a neon sign that exists, but they never made a beer?
They got into neon signery, and then they're like, I think we're done. What are we going to do? Ruin this by making a drink nobody likes?
We peaked right here, boys. Let's call it a wrap. Unfortunately, I don't know what you would shorten that to. I don't think you have a good nickname with that one.
SPG?
Damn it.
Speg?
Damn,
Paul?
did you...
Oh, shit.
Guys,
Paul.
I'm done with Mike. I want a real cool nickname. Paul.
You can refer to me as Paul.
If I do the thing where I get too real, I knew a kid in elementary school whose name was Forrest, which was great until a certain movie came out. So he changed his
He
name
just
to
went
Chipper.
by Gulp.
No,
Chipper.
he changed it to Chipper, which did not help.
Did
And
he
even
pick
as like
that?
a fellow 7-year-old, I was like, Bud, what are you doing?
Hey, come chat over here. Hey, bud.
And hey,
Chipper.
if you're out there, Chipper, we'd love you, Bud.
Yeah.
Come on the pod. Speaking of the pod, this week, you guys, it's a Spider-Man week. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man the Animated Series, and I can't wait to dive into it. So let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll jump right into that. All right, let's talk about Spider-Man. This week we watched Season 4, Episode 7, Partners in Danger, Chapter 8, The Return of the Green Goblin.
These titles are getting out of control.
I think they're perfect and beautiful. Again, another episode where we're not starting it off with Spider-Man being a sad boy. We have Henry.
Talking to a gargoyle.
Yeah, this is Henry going through it and
Harry.
having a nightmare. Stop, is it really?
Jesus, I don't think you and I have been on a Spider-Man together in so long, Cassie, but yes, it's what I scream about.
Harry is going through it and having a bad dream.
One of my favorite dreams. And guys, I have changed my opinion of what superpower I would like to have. Because usually it's like flight or invisibility. In this dream, his dad's like, I'm your evil dad, and then puts his hands up and then floats away in the most badass way. I wish I could just leave every room like that.
You could.
You could
Just
if you
get
try hard.
Heelys.
No, but my feet are on the ground. I want to just float away and then bonk my head on the ceiling.
Yeah, there's a lot of like falling into things that turns into something else. But basically, it's like the Green Goblin talking to him. And then this.
Oh yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah,
but he doesn't know it's his evil dad yet because that is very important later in this episode.
But no, I have an actual question. Does he think it's his good dad, or it's not his dad at all?
I think he doesn't know it's his dad at all. He thinks it's another dude who used to hang out with his dad, like a coworker or a loose acquaintance.
In the beginning of this episode, we're dealing with a guy named Henry who is dealing with the fact that his name is actually Harry. So that's enough right there.
Nightmare.
It's a lot. It's already a lot.
For his dad to like all of this to be up in the air, he's never really liked his dad, right?
Has anyone?
Yeah.
Liked Harry's dad or their own?
No, our own dads. This is
and also Brooklyn Harry's. Always taught me pretty well.
Yeah, me too. I just hate my own fucking dad.
Speaking of dads, he wakes up from his dream and the Green Goblin is talking to him in real life as well. Like he's in the bathroom and the Green Goblin's there like, "Hey, follow me. I have a mission for you." And he just starts doing it. Yeah,
he's in all reflections.
That's the way to phrase it.
Just so people aren't like, "Oh, he's standing in the bathroom like a pervert." No, he's standing in the reflections in the bathroom like a pervert.
The people were worried that the Green Goblin is a pervert.
It's still perverted. He's still watching him tinkle out of his pee-pee, but
I mean, of course.
Don't say tinkle.
I do think that like
his dick.
One of our biggest fears is like a part of our nightmare coming to life, and then also fathers. So he's got it going on, and he does believe that this is his dad, right?
No, he fucking doesn't know that at all yet.
Right now, he's like, this green dude is telling me to go places and
Did we already talk about this?
He's saying, Green Goblin's like, "Hey, here's how you get the Green Goblin stuff," and Harry says, "And if I do this for you, guy who might not be real, you'll tell me where my dad is?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Mike, you're so naive. Have you never dreamt? Have you never seen a reflection? All right, go on, Cassie. I'm just pissed at Mike.
Oh.
I'm pissed at you.
So
your media illiterate ass.
The usual vibe here. He goes on a full mission. He goes to Oscorp. He like finds a secret little hidden room. He gets like a floppy
faucet
disk.
up. Faucet over.
Half turn. Yeah.
And then
I do it to every sink now.
Just to see if you might find the layer.
So many sinks.
I just want to find one layer.
Just give me a layer.
Yeah, like I'm always like trying to eat cakes. Like, is this only one layer? And then to do that thing, but like he doesn't lock his feet in. It's just an instant down elevator. That guy, his face would be freaked out. He would have flown up in the air.
And that's the big problem.
Wait, you think the elevator should have like bike pedal hooks? So that's not how elevators
fully
work.
Lock in.
Is my safety idea funny to you? There should also be a helmet provided.
In this cartoon, that's the stupidest
elevator. There's also a full flashback to remind us because this show is mature. We haven't seen the Green Goblin like a season, and so there was a flashback to be like, "Hey, all you 8-year-olds, if you don't remember what happened."
Well, there's also budget cuts, and so we need a solid 4 minutes of previous episodes.
Always.
But I forgot how much Norman, his little contraption that like makes black holes in the sky, looks like a camera that also Peter Parker works with.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
They're not so different.
When he's at Oscorp, the Green Goblin, I don't know, he tells him to like hit this thing or whatever. It blasts out green smoke, and this turns him into
he gets
the
a little
Green
swole.
Goblin. Yeah, he gets a little shredded. We then cut to somebody else we know who's making an appearance, the Punisher.
No, before the Punisher, we see a bitchy old lady give off of a bus at a cemetery, and it's Aunt Anna.
That's how we know it's about to go down. As soon as she's just like, we're on a side mission, she's not even with Aunt May at this point. We're just following Anna. And I was like, let's see what she's up to.
This fucking cunt. She is bowing down to some gravestone, probably some Nazi that she worships. And Punisher, in full Punisher regalia, walks up to her and she's like, "Oh, I'll talk to you. I hate Peter Parker."
Middle of the night, graveyard.
So she gets off and we do the walk by, and then we sit on Frank, who's talking to a grave, and Anna's just doing her own thing. Who knows? And he's just like, "Oh man, was being the Punisher wrong? I just wish I could make a difference in one good person's life." And then we cut back to her, and she's
which is his
at her
nightly
husband's
routine.
grave. Yes. So they're both just whining in their dead spouses' graves, and so you're like, "Oh, these two are gonna fuck."
Do you know what it is? It's a bar. This is like in most TV shows, this would be a bar
Yes.
where two lost souls are like pouring
Yes.
their sorrows into whiskey. But now we're at a graveyard, and Punisher walks up to her and says, "Hey, old lady, how are you doing? Do you like my penis?" And she says, "Well, I hate Peter Parker, but I can't accuse him of being bad." Bitch, that is all you. That is your entire character.
Yes, that's kind of your whole thing. Like May, everybody knows, but she says, "I know a crime's been committed, but I can't prove it." That's all the Punisher needs.
Yeah, that's enough. He's like, "Hey, microchip in the van. Just so you know, a crazy old lady who has never spoken the truth has told me a thing. Let's get on it.
Let's go kill a teenager.
I've heard
I need
enough
to do
about
some
this
good
guy.
tonight.
I'm down to kill him. There's then
Peter's walking with Liz, who is like, okay, all the other women are gone in Peter's life, so we'll get annoying Liz Allen.
Yeah, Liz Allen, who I'm sure we talked about this in previous episodes, but like used to be like an up and comer. You know, like she's gonna take herself, grab herself by the bootstraps and like lift herself to the top of New York. But in this cartoon, she's like, "Hey, Peter, how are you?" Where is this voice coming from?
Yeah.
Should we
bring Harry some late night pizza?
Look at the Empire State Building. I'm from New York, so I talk like a baby.
As you guys have stated, they are bringing Harry pizza to check on him, but when they go to get to the door, the door straight up explodes.
Harry pizza. Why did you say
Take that back.
I hate that your guys' brain is the same, and both of you.
Why would you order Harry pizza? You could have pepperoni or jalapeno.
You guys can handle the rest of this episode. How about? It's a YouTube episode.
Can I order a Harry pizza?
It's a regular pizza that they're bringing to Harry. I'm sorry. That's why his name should be Henry. But what you said, though. His name should be Henry. Fuck this.
All right. You can call him Henry, and we all know who you mean.
One Harry pizza, please. No other toppings but hair. Okay, go ahead.
It explodes. And then
the door. Yeah.
The door explodes. They see Green Goblin flying around on his little boogie board rocket thing. Glider. Thank you so much. And then Spider-Man's like, gotta go after him. And then also the Punisher arrives, because why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Wait, did we miss Aunt Anna and Punisher's tea?
No, yeah, they did have tea when she because she started at the cemetery, and then later she takes him back to May's place, I think, and is like, so here's this piece of shit Peter Parker, and there's Spider-Man, and I just know they did something to my MJ. So he makes May's life so miserable, even though she'll never admit it.
Now, I know Frank Castle will never have sex again after his wife and child died. He could have fucked, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But his sex is when his eyes are closed in between sleep and wake. His sex is remembering how his wife used to just live under a white sheet, making weird cutesy noises at him.
I would have liked to see that.
They didn't have the budget for it this time.
Well, if it was in a previous episode, we would have seen it.
We could have seen it. I'm gonna say they end up back at like Harry's place, I think. And everyone's
they both head to the Osborn estate, like the big mansion. Spider-Man and Frank both head there.
Yeah, for sure. Because Punisher has the dude chipped, so he like knows how to follow him. Spider-Man just using, them senses. I don't know. They get in a tumble here, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, they find a secret lair there, and Parker prints out a map of Green Goblin hideouts around the city.
Dude, I know it's not awards time, but fucking 90s. Like you have a floppy disk of
the floppiest disk.
Not like what Frank Castle had when he was around AMP.
Not floppy at all.
No, that's not a floppy disk. But he's got a floppy disk of all of the criminals' headquarters. And then he's like, I should probably print these out as well. My Thomas guide will help me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Harry guide. And then Peter senses he doesn't know who's watching him. So he's like, I guess I shouldn't swing away. So he gets a cab from the burbs.
I fucking love that though. Like the whole idea of spider sense. Like I know someone's watching me, but who the fuck is it? He just does not know. And that's interesting.
Get a cab. He rolls into the first one and Frank comes in because he's in another Green Goblin hideout now. Frank rolls in and just, again, this college student. He just holds a gun to this college student's face
and says, "I think I know who you are."
Yeah.
Cut to commercial.
Commercial break.
And then
let's talk about Capri Suns.
They're in a pouch. Love that.
It comes back and Frank Castle's like, "I think I know who you are. You're Frank Castle." And Peter Parker's like, "What the? What? Are you all right, bro?"
No, he doesn't think that. He thinks he is the Green Goblin.
Right.
And then Peter's like, "No way, bro. Absolutely not." And then proceeds to use all of Green Goblin's weapons flawlessly.
Pretty damn good.
Why would you think I'm Green Goblin? Pumpkin bomb, glider.
Weird glove thing.
He's like, "That's crazy." Glides off. This thing is wily, but he can manage it so well.
It's voice activated.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like what do you call that thing where like
voice activated?
If you believe something enough, it comes true.
Tinkerbell
manifest.
Yeah, like if he says go up, and then it goes down. But like if he believes it enough, then it Tinkerbells.
It Tinkerbells.
Another voice activated. Fucking Frank is just like, "Hey, battle van, Stinger missiles, home on that guy," and it just launches missiles in New York City. Dude, Spider-Man.
That van, he should not have a license for that van. That's
a little illegal. The real Green Goblin just flies by. Yeah. They're like fighting, and he's just like, "That must be me up there." It just keeps flying.
It is nice to have a villain who is truly crazy. Like this guy is off his rocker.
And then I don't know. It's not a real scene, and we don't have to like linger on it. But we cut to Frank climbing up Oscorp Tower in flippers. So he like, why didn't you don't have your snorkel mask on anymore? Why do you still have your flippers on?
They're hard to take off.
He's halfway up the building. He's like, "Fuck! I left my flippers on. I look so dumb right now." This is really hard to go week by week with Daredevil, with John Bernthal, and this Frank Castle. They're two very different characters.
I want to see them both do each other's monologue.
I want to see John Bernthal screaming in his underground dungeon, but on the flip side is the animated series Punisher, and they're just screaming at each other.
And then they do a race in flippies, trying to climb up a ladder.
I would say, yeah, they get in a little scuffle. I don't know. They all separate at some point. Harry,
there's a lot of we're together, we're not. We're together, we're not. And then at a certain point, Spider-Man is like, "Let me just talk to Harry." And
but like,
Green Goblin's like, "Don't do it."
Yeah, he would say that. There's a lot of like, you know how Spider-Man always has to have buildings in order to swing?
Yeah.
Harry also needs that in order to like have reflection. Like without that reflection, he'll swing between buildings or he'll glide and he'll be like, "I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there's my face. Now I have my therapist again."
Yeah. Spidey tells Harry that his dad was the Green Goblin, and the vision, Harry sees the vision of the reflection goblin take his mask off. But he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm Norman."
I didn't get that part because he took his mask off, and Harry and Norman have the same faces. I didn't know who it was.
That was so confusing the whole time to me.
They're born with the same face and the same hair.
Yeah. But also, he didn't try to hide it at all. Like, he could have played games with him here. He was like, "Absolutely, and let me be dramatic about it and show him."
He was dramatic, but as Norman's face, he says, "Your whining simp of a father doesn't exist anymore," and then puts the mask back on.
Yeah,
if I had $1 for every time my mom said that to me, I'd have so many dollars. Also, there's a part before where Norman is like, the reflection is like, "Oh, you have a bit of a temper. I love that." Yeah. And that's such fucking dad abuse. I love your temper and I want it to fucking rise in you.
Yeah. I'm going to say this is another moment where they get in a little fight. It eventually leads to the Hudson River because it has to go back
it's
to where
New York.
It's New York for one. And it has
back to the Hudson.
Got to go back to where it all started. Who falls in? Is it
Harry? Because Spider-Man then he tackles Harry off of the glider, but then doesn't hold on to him, so instantly loses him in the water, and then has a major PTSD flashback to "This is how MJ died."
Turns on his tiny little Spider-Man belt light, and he's like, "No, not again."
And while we're seeing this, Mary Jane is just on the shoreline, watching it.
Well, I'm back. Creep. Hello.
It was crazy. Punisher rescues the Green Goblin because he just kind of goes up on shore where the Punisher is at, so he grabs him.
Doesn't just
Spidey's
rescue.
swimming.
You want to talk about fucking like cucking? Just throws him
Bodyguarding.
over his shoulder like
Yeah.
a continental soldier.
And then we get this weird thing. This is the first time we've seen it from like maybe Harry wasn't crazy because we see Green Goblin in that other dimension watching somehow, and he sees Mary Jane walk up, and he's like, ah.
Honestly, I'm
Everybody's back
ignoring
here.
all of that. Like, I don't. Sometimes, like, I just have to ignore story parts, and I don't understand how that's happening, and I choose to not
Sure.
believe it.
Did we miss the part where he fully decided to be the Green Goblin?
Harry, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the comic thing of like, I swear to God, guys, I'm totally normal. Oh my God, I'm not.
Yeah, it was like once he
Yeah.
said your father is a simple little cuck, and he was like, well, then I guess I'm the Green Goblin.
Which, see, my parents read to me every night before bed the nursery rhyme, A Simple Little Cuck. And so I'm used to this happening. When Punisher grabs Green Goblin out of the water, I really thought we were going to cut to credits.
Yeah.
I thought that like it would be to be continued. We'll find out about Mary Jane later. I had no idea. One of the most haunting scenes of my entire TV watching life was about to happen.
She like just rolls up, right?
to the like someone's
To
house.
the river. But then she's at someone's house and Frank carries her. He shows up.
Well,
She
with the
doesn't know
way
where
that
she's been.
happens,
she says,
it's
I love
from
you. And, oh, yeah.
from
I'm
the
missing the
back.
order.
So I thought it was Steve Buscemi just in a wig or something. Someone's fucking with Peter so hard that they're cosplaying as Mary Jane.
But then she rolls in to tell Peter she doesn't know where she's been and I love you. And the next thing we see is Frank carrying her as if she's passed out into her house to show Anna.
You're forgetting
right?
a scene, my friend. One of the most horrifying things I have ever seen in my life. Peter goes home. He just wants a night of sleep. And he walks into Aunt May's house. And on Aunt May's couch is the Punisher and a handcuffed Harry going like, Mary Jane, where is she? Where is she? And I pissed myself. I filled my pants with piss. Because what would that be like? Frank Castle in your house. Horrifying. That's like, you're going to kill yourself. And then to have little Harry Osborn going like, let's play a game, shall we? What the fuck?
Yeah. And the Punisher was just like, hey, this dude kind of crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Punisher's like, I'm sorry I ate all your snacks also.
This dude.
your best friend from the past. Not so.
I don't know about this guy. Yeah, and then Mary Jane comes in and she's like, Peter, I love you. Just immediately is like, I don't even think they'd like.
Yeah, had they gone on a date at that point?
Yeah.
Before
But
she
no-
disappeared?
She's like, I'm so sorry I'm back. And then fucking Frank puts his hand on Peter's shoulder and is like, I have a job to do. And then Peter's like, all right, take her away. And then Punisher carries Mary Jane next door to the aunt's house. Peter's like, well, I haven't seen her in fucking months. But hey,
knocked her
Frank
out,
Castle,
probably.
you fucking psychopath. Why don't you fucking put her in a fireman carry and take her next door?
Well, that's so he can be the hero to Anne,
Right.
obviously.
And because Spider-Man has to swing Harry to get help somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere.
Don't know where he's going. But he is doing one of my favorite things, which is one hand swinging, which is you shoot the web and then you let go of it. And because you have a person in your other hand, you have to shoot another web as fast as possible and then
Mhm.
grab onto that and swing it.
It's like doing a double jab when you're boxing.
Obviously.
Which we've all done.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, absolutely bananas episode.
Truly. The combination of the characters involved, they brought everyone home for this one, even the Hudson River. It was a wild
Hudson J. River, my favorite character.
one. That is the episode though, so let's move on to our awards. I'm gonna start it off with best web zinger. Ryan, what do you got for it?
No wonder Norman went crazy trying to steer this thing. That would make anybody absolutely nuts.
To the glider,
To the glider.
Uh.
That's Peter talking to the glider.
obviously. Mike, what do you got?
Your whining simp of a father doesn't exist anymore.
That's a hilarious line.
It's so good, classic one.
Doesn't send me through fucking PTSD at all.
I have written here, can't tell you when it pops up, but great detective work, Holmes, but wrong. It just felt like he could have got more at the end there and just couldn't finish it off and just ended it with "but wrong."
But we like the literary reference of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
This one obviously goes
Sherlock
to
Holmes.
Mike. So I'm gonna give Mike 3 points. Let's go to Kung Fu Grip, best move or power. Mike, what do you got for it?
Peter's like, what does this purple glove do? Zap, zap, zap. I loved it.
Yeah, he points it at a man, not knowing what it'll do, and I was like,
Yeah.
brave, brave move.
Guys, I got to be honest. If I see a closet full of villainous weapons, I'm going to put them on and I'm going to figure them out.
Obviously. Ryan, what do you got?
Punisher is like, send in the van. All rockets launched. And then Spider-Man flies away and he says, bye-bye. And then the van destroys the building, but Spider-Man already left. And what a fucking action move to just leave and say bye-bye.
So to clarify, is yours...
The bye-bye. Not the
bye-bye.
van. It's the bye-bye.
You were so close to getting it right. It's obviously Battle Van with
No,
800
Battle
different
Van
bombs.
sucks.
He has like 800 different bombs. Whatever you need, he'll just deal it out to you.
I
His
think
battle
it's
van is-
whatever he says, the battle van creates.
Yeah. No,
God, that's even radder.
there's so many options. The battle van is like if you found a fuse under a trailer that sells fireworks and you just lit that one fuse.
That's why I love it. Also, its name is Battle Van. Are you kidding me? Nailed it. Crushed it.
I think I know what Cassie's firstborn is going to be named.
Battle Van, at least a middle name. You guys are obviously fools. That's obviously the winner. I'm going to give myself 5 points for that. Next, let's do most 90s thing. Ryan, what do you got for it?
I know we've done this before, but I think it's been a while. It's John Beard coming in, telling the news. Can't be part of the story.
Is that an actual?
Yeah.
Actual human being.
John
from the
Beard,
90s.
yeah. But John Beard,
Southern California.
Cassie, what's his facial hair?
Beard.
Just a mustache.
Dang, that's what I'm talking about, my boy. Most 90s thing, Mike, what do you got?
Briefcases were big in the 90s. So big in the fact that at a certain point, Punisher even just drops a briefcase bomb as Spider-Man's following him to blow his ass up.
And it's a real power move, one, to have it, and then also be a bomb. Most 90s thing, again, you guys are wrong, because when Peter finds the hidden thing, the second hidden door, the peeling noise that it makes, like a can opener, was insane.
You mean the Murphy bed?
Was it a Murphy bed? Because it looks
When he peels the mattress off the thing?
Yeah.
It's just
that
a
was disgusting.
sticky-ass mattress.
Yeah, a lot of springs and roaches getting crunched.
the sound was crazy.
That's the 90s, baby. In Joe's apartment.
I'm giving myself 2 points for that one.
Are you winning right now?
I'm winning right now.
God damn it.
That's crazy how that happens. Let's move on
She was
to
wrong.
New York is a character. Mike, what do you got for it?
Peter says, we're headed for the George Washington Bridge, where it all happened before. So yeah, it's calling out that bridge.
Calling out that bridge. Ryan, calling out that bridge?
No. That's such a fucking obvious and stupid answer. I'm going to say that they fly through an alley. That's New York right there. And what do they run into? Tons of clotheslines. New York, people buy a clothes dryer. Why are there clotheslines everywhere?
Ryan, yours is the one that put more thought into it, and it is New York. But I also put George Washington Bridge, so you know the rules. Mike is right. I'm gonna give Mike 7 points for that.
Are we playing golf rules?
What does that mean? Lowest?
Lowest wins.
Nope. But don't worry, there's a chance for bonus points here with you guys complimenting me through this episode. Ryan, give it a shot. It all rides on this.
When the Green Goblin falls into the ocean or the river, the Hudson River, the Punisher picks him up. And that's exactly like at the end of every show, me and Mike pass out and Cassie picks us up exactly like that and carries us to our beds. And I love Cassie for that.
Tucks you guys in. Yeah, I am a good friend and a good host like that. Mike, can you compliment me better than that?
You gave us such a great gift tonight, Cassie, when now forever, Ryan and I would be like, what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know. Should we get a Harry pizza?
The answer is going to be always no to that, though.
Never want that.
No?
Just to be clear. I hate it, so I'm not going to give you points for it because I hated that moment, and I'm going to give Ryan 10 points for it.
Whoa.
I can't wait till like 20 years. Cassie is the most famous person in the world. Time magazine interviews us, and all we can say about her, she just loves a Harry pizza.
Yeah, the Harry pizza.
They're going to be like, for some inexplicable reason. That is it. Let's get these points. I ended up with 7. I think an all-time high for me. Mike, you got 10. Ryan, you got 10. You're both Spider-Man
How'd I get 10?
boys.
Wow, we are Spider-Man boys.
I thought I got 20 in that last one.
No, it's 10, dog.
Was I at negative 10 before that?
So do you want 0?
I'm sorry, Cassie.
I did math so good right there. That's props to me.
I would say your number one trait is your math skills.
Thank you so much.
No
That's
problem.
another compliment. But I've already called the Spider-Man boys, so you two are tied. Unfortunately, I would have done
She did
something
declare
there.
Spider-Man
I declared.
boys.
And that's how you know the show is also ending. There are some websites I want the people to know about, though. First of all, cybersprout.net. If you want to build a website, they're who you want to go to. They're going to help you make a beautiful website. If you don't know how to build a website, don't worry about it. They got tools, drag and drop tools that'll help you out. Visit them, cybersprout.net. There's also another website, Mike, that I would love for you to tell the people about.
Did you forget about popfilter.co? Because it really feels like you did, which is insanity. It's where all the stuff we make lives. Popfilter.co. Go there.
They're also Amazon.com.
Popfilter.co/Amazon. Fuck big corporations, but we know you're going to use it. No ethical consumption under capitalism, so why not throw us a few bucks while you do it?
Please. Ryan, we have another show on the network. Tell the people about it.
My God, Cassie. Movie of the year is fucking cooking right now. And I cannot believe what we're doing. It's so crazy that I don't even know what to say. Are we still talking about 1996? Are we now talking about the new year, which we have not revealed?
It's still 1996.
It's 1996, and who will win? Will it be Independence Day or will it be Mars Attacks? I think that's the ultimate battle. Which alien will take over the show? Tune in to find out.
Dun, dun, dun. We're on socials at Your Pop Filter on Instagram. Give us a follow if you haven't. If you haven't liked every single post we've put up, go through, do that right now,
What the
please.
fuck are you doing?
What are you doing? Also,
we're gonna, if you do it right now, we're gonna think you're a little weird. That's a little obsessive to like every post.
I'm into
Wait
it.
till 3 a.m.
Then we're talking 3
Get
a.m.
shit faced, and then on every post be like handsome. That should be every comment I want to see.
Hey, handsome. I also need you to subscribe and rate us on whatever podcatcher you're listening to right now. Do that right now, please. We also have an email, contact@popfilter.co. Send us your emails.
I think an email show is coming up.
It sure is.
I'm like 20. I remember we were all excited about it, and then I counted.
Things are really
In 5 months, guys.
From now.
Mike, I feel like a fool. I've been pumping this for weeks. I've been telling the people.
And then I was like, wait.
Well, then we better have
soon.
hundreds of emails.
But imagine you, listener, tiny piece of shit, write an email. We could read it. Celebrities could read your email.
Can you believe you would get that opportunity if you email us? Contact@popfilter.co. Next week, Ryan, we will be talking about Daredevil.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Not just Daredevil, but the finale.
Oh my gosh. Gasp. Hold for gasp. Be sure to catch that episode. That is it for this week, though. For Mike, I'm Ryan. For Ryan, I'm Mike. For me, I am me. Bye, everyone.